How's it going, guys? Justin from the Joker Poker YouTube channel, and in today's video, we're doing hand breakdown number 2. In this session, I'm playing at that casino again that did not want me to film, so again, just doing another hand breakdown to try to get the most out of this footage. In this hand, we're going over what is the proper sizing in limp pots to get the max value. And with that, let's get into it. Playing some 1-3 no limit Texas Hold'em, and we've got 8-6 of hearts here on the button. There are a bunch of limpers before me, and I decided to go ahead and over limp here. No reason to raise with this type of speculative hand and potentially get re-raised out of the pot. So here we go. We got 6 players here going to a flop of the 5 of diamonds, 7 of hearts, ace of diamonds. So we flop an open-ended straight draw, which is pretty nice. And the small blind checks it to the big blind, who bets $5. I'm just going to call $5 with my open-ended straight draw and potential backdoor flush draw here. The small blind calls as well. So we are 3 ways to a turn card of the Queen of Hearts, which is a pretty nice turn card because we got ourselves a combo draw now. We got an open-ended straight draw with a flush draw. So the small blind checks it to the big blind again. Big blind bets $10. I call $10. So too does the small blind. So now we are going 3 ways to a river card, which is the 9 of clubs, which gives me the stone cold nuts with the 9 high straight. The small blind checks to the big blind again, who decides to go all in for his remaining $40. Obviously, calling is out of the question here because we got the nuts. So now, it's time to decide what I'm going to be raising to. We want to be getting max value here, and I decide to raise it up here to $85. Not a fan of this play when I look back on it because the small blind decides to snap call here, which means she must have had a pretty good hand to not think about it for that long, right? I table my straight and it's good. We never know what the other 2 players have in this hand, but it's one of those things where one of the hardest things to do in poker is to get paid off when you have the nuts. And sometimes we get excited when we make the nuts and we forget to think about sizing. So what sizing should I have gone with on this river raise? The answer is all in, right? I cover the small blind. She snap called the $85 raise, right? So we could put the small blind, looking back on this hand, on a 2-pair hand, right? But I went a little bit over a minimum raise just because I knew I would get called, okay? So that's the only part of this hand where I'm like, gosh, I made a mistake. It wasn't a huge mistake, but the thing is, getting max value when you have the nuts is one of the most difficult things to do in poker and one of the most important elements in the game of poker, okay? Because that's what's going to make your let's say $300 win. That could take a $300 win and make it a $450, $500 win at the end of the day, right? So keep that in mind, right? And especially in these 6-way limp pots, your opponents can have just about anything, right? And considering my holding, right, I've got a suited gapper, and a lot of players are going to miss those type of straights, right? It's a lot more obvious when it's like a suited connector. Let's say it's 7, 8, 9, and I've got Jack 10, let's say. Or we'll go even more obvious here, right? It's Queen, King, 9, and I have Jack 10, okay? So those are a little easier to see coming than these gapped hands, right? So again here, the max value here would have been all in, okay? But that's the only part of this hand where I'm a little critical of the way that I played it. I'm not upset with myself for calling on the other two streets. The only thing maybe I could have changed was raising on the turn because I have so much equity. But if small blind re-raises me, I'm pretty committed here and I'm probably going all in, right? And that's kind of drifting more into the gambling side of the game than being a calculated poker player, right? Uh, we want to be more calculated than gambly in the long term sense of things, if that makes sense. So, again, keep this in mind, okay, for future reference, right? If it's a limp pot and you drill the nuts, right, especially on the river, all in is most likely the best sizing on the river when there's multiple players because the other two players, right, are probably going to have something very strong that they can't get away from. And with that, guys, thank you very much for watching this video today. I really hope that these poker hand breakdowns can help your game. And also, too, guys, comment below what you would have done there on that river. Okay, and if you guys like my videos, hit that like button. It helps get the content out there into the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe so you guys can get more notifications of when my next poker vlog is coming out, my next hand breakdown is coming up, and all the other good stuff I got cooking for you guys. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and have a great day.